Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
We are back. Hello, my internet fans. Stat Boy and the newly christened Stat Girl now. You are seeing that right. The name is sticking, and because I love it so much. Stat Boy and Stat Girl in the sports bar one more time. After a while, how you been, Dori Lou? What's new?
Oh, just busy. With
you're busy.
trying to keep up with stats and loving the job that I'm doing right now and picking up extra shifts and got to put new cars on the tire. You got to be able to pay for them, right?
And in 2 weeks, folks, we have a small little trip going. We're going to head to North Kakalaki, also known as North Carolina, to go on a small little day trip to the Cherokee Harrah's Casino to go see
Fluffy!
We're going to go see Fluffy. Now, not too many people know about this, but Fluffy and I did go to school together. He graduated in 1994. I graduated in 1996. We are both in the yearbook, but he won't know me from the guy on that was running around the quad thinking he was Superman. But it is true. We are both in the yearbook, and we are both Wilson Bruin alumni. So, you know,
I'm sorry for the both of you.
Ouch. But if you see the podcast he did with Snoop Dogg a while ago, they talked about the Wilson Poly football rivalry and all that. And everybody went to Poly. John Wayne went to Poly. Snoop Dogg went to Poly. Cameron Diaz went to Poly. Gabriel Iglesias went to Wilson. And me, the Stat Boy. All right. And if you notice,
sorry, not from the Long Beach area, and we're not even going to discuss it. So
right.
There you go.
Also, pay attention to the ticker, super chat. Also, we're on a half hour earlier today to give us time to get ready for later in the day at 8 o'clock Eastern. It's Game 5 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. We will talk more about that at the end of the show because this could be it. Vegas can bring home the cup. Producer man will not be happy if that happens. And of course, our brother Renegade is going for the inaugural fantasy hockey championship. So as long as Florida wins, he gets the title. He has scored a ton of points. And Florida has had a ton of penalties, but we'll get to that later. Let's get started with what's on tap in the world of sports. And like we always do, we start with the gentleman's sport of tennis. It was created as only sophisticated people way back in the day. Tennis was one of those sports that, you know, the high elite with their fancy white shirts and their white shorts. And would you like to play tennis, governor? That's how it was back in the day.
Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah, if I remember to, I will tell when we get to golf. I'll tell you what the acronym allegedly was originally.
Oh, good golf.
Renegade Lake went to Lakewood. Huh. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Hey, JJ, welcome. Glad to see you. Thanks for joining us.
All right. In the world of tennis.
You got the men's tennis. It's all yours.
Novak Djokovic made history by winning the French Open at Roland Garros, securing his 23rd Grand Slam title. He now has 10 Australian Opens, 3 French Open championships, 7 Wimbledon titles, and 3 U.S. Open titles, 23 Grand Slam titles. The previous holder was last year's winner, Rafael Nadal, who didn't play due to a hip injury. And third on the list is Roger Federer. He has 20. The number 1 tennis player, Iga Swiatek, excuse me. She captured her 3rd French Open title and her 4th Grand Slam title overall. Hey, he made it. We've gone international. Woohoo!
I hope you enjoy your visit to Bali, Pop.
Pop, give us a time difference. What time is it in Bali right now, please? While I finish up the tennis news here. Coming up for the men, they are playing in Germany and the Netherlands. The women are playing in the Netherlands. They'll also be playing in Great Britain, and they'll also be playing in Spain. So the ladies have more of a chance to get some points going in the tennis world overall. Let's take a look at the tennis rankings, please. Thank you. And there on the ATP Tour, there's the number 1 player, Djokovic, followed by Carlos Alcaraz of Spain, Daniil Medvedev of Russia, Casper Ruud of Norway, my countryman, Stefano Tsitsipas of Greece, Holger Rune of Denmark, Andre Rublev of Russia, Taylor Fritz of the USA, Yannick Sinner of Italy, and we have a new player, Karen Khachanov from Russia. On the ladies' side, Iga Swiatek from Poland is number 1. Arena Sabalenka from Belarus is number 2. Elena Rybakina from Kazakhstan is 3rd. Caroline Garcia from France is 4th. Jessica Pegula is from the USA, 5th. Ons Jabeur from Tunisia at 6. Coco Gauff of the USA, 7. My fellow countryman, Maria Sakkari of Greece, number 8. Petra Kvitova of the Czech Republic is 9. And we have another new player in the top 10 from Brazil. The first time a Brazilian player has cracked the top 10, Beatriz Haddad Maia. Next week, we'll continue with tennis and possibly a new graphic as well. So let's not forget that Pop went to the coolest school in SoCal, Torrance High. Yes.
90210, baby. And Pop said that they're 12 hours ahead. It's 6:30 a.m. Wednesday morning in Bali right now.
Wow, 12 hours ahead. So he's probably waking up to a beautiful sunrise, getting ready to walk on, let's see, Bali is, I would hope that's close. If I remember my geography correctly, Bali is in Asia, and I think the closest body of water it wouldn't be the Pacific Ocean. I'm going to say the Bay of Bengal. That's my best guess, but I'm hoping.
They have this wonderful device called Google Search. And Bali, that's a terrible map. East of Java, west of Lombok, the island of Bali, and a few smaller offshore islands. It's near Indonesia. Does that help you?
Yes, that does. That's. So I think he's on the border of the Pacific Ocean, if I remember where Indonesia is.
Yeah, well, I was never good at geography. I was good enough to pass the class when I had to, but after that, forget it.
What you got, producer man?
Indonesia.
Zach, real quick in the green room, that light behind you is completely drowning out your face or your head or whatever it is, man. We're having a cameo from God up in here.
Cool.
So, that only works in Rocky Horror. Stop
Going
that.
into the sports bar.
Well, if we need a voice, if we ever need that voice, I know somebody.
Hello, Zach.
Oh, well, hello, Fluffy Madden God.
I've been trying
Long
to connect.
time no see.
Hello.
With a fresh haircut, too.
Hello.
Well, you came in just at the right time because we're talking about golf. Now, what was golf the acronym for, Dori?
Ooh.
So now this is actually ruled to be incorrect, but I remember many years ago it was going around that golf was an acronym that stood for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. That has since come across as being never had been actually true in the days of origination. There we go.
Very good. Well,
That's like a rose.
There you go. Well, what happened in the world of golf? We had the RBC Canadian Open, and Canadian Nick Taylor wins the Open on a 72-foot putt in the fourth playoff round. Now, 72 feet, that's a good distance, but it's what happened afterwards. Fellow Canadian golfer Adam Hamlin came out with a big bottle of champagne. He wants to celebrate. He wants to party. And security tackled him like he was nobody. The security guard has also gotten offers from the NFL, from what I'm hearing. Golf was invented in oh, come on. You're trying to bring in Robin Williams here. If you want to invent a sport, try talking golf with a Scotsman. We can't,
right?
So he gets tackled. Local police come onto the fairway. Some people are like, no, he's part of the group. He's a player. Totally ruins the whole celebration. But still, a 72-foot putt is amazing in itself. The PGA website needs to update their longest putts. Their record, according to them, is all the way back in February 2003. Harris English sank a 100-foot putt in the Phoenix Open back in February 2003. Now, this is actual play. This isn't like exhibition. The longest one that I know of, Jack Nicklaus from the Senior Open, he once did a 102-foot putt, but it was an exhibition round, so it really didn't count. But there is footage of this. Zach, you had something you wanted to say about this, so go ahead. The floor is yours.
I mean, kudos to just walking off like that. I mean, hey, 72 foot for the win. I mean, he's got to get some type of, like, hello. But on top of that, golf really needs to get their security together. Like, how do you not know who the golfers are? I mean, get it together. Get it together.
I mean, to defend the security guard, okay, somebody comes out with a bottle of champagne and starts shooting it at somebody. That could be considered an act of violence. That could be considered assault in some rare cases. He didn't know this guy from Sunday, so he did what he was paid to do, and luckily, nothing bad of it comes of it. It's just a mistake. Yes, Dori.
Also, in defense of the security guard, unless you've been following the sport and everybody in it, they could have as many, like 200 golfers in a single lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of my terminology, so a single lineup.
Roster. I think you want a golf roster.
Yeah, that'll work. Josh, we're not there yet. Chillax. So, in defense of the security guard, depending on how well known some of these people are, I mean, I could meet 90% of them on the street and have no clue who they are, because I am just starting to refollow and get familiar with some of the names and stuff. but that doesn't mean I'm going to know him as soon as I see him on the street. So in defense of that security guard, if they've got 200 on the roster, they may not know everyone, especially if there's somebody new or up and coming or, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So again, congratulations to Nick Taylor. The only other time I would attempt a 72-foot putt was in Tiger Woods golf. And that was a lot of fun. You could actually do a 100-foot putt, and then the screen would get all close up of you, and then the ball would go right in.
Would be golfing on the Wii.
Golfing on the Wii was fun, but it's more realistic because you got to keep your wrist straight, of course.
Yep.
But we did it with the Nintendo GameCube, so we could just pull back the trigger and let the ball fly.
Yeah. It's either mini golf or golfing on the Wii. Forget it.
Exactly. All right. Do we have the ranking? Yes, we do. All right. Scotty Scheffler of the USA, top 10. Number 1 this week. John Rahm of Spain is number 2. Rory McIlroy of Ireland is number 3. Patrick Cantlay of USA, number 4. Victor Hovland of Norway, number 5. Xander Schauffele of USA is 6. Max Homa of the USA is 7. Matt Fitzpatrick of England. Josh, I am going to
finish what you're doing there, Mikey.
Forget a swear jar with Josh. I'm going to put an obscenity jar in that too. Dory does it to me all the time. I'm going to start charging you for all those comments.
Cameron and Smith, I haven't charged you in a year, so
because I behaved. Matt Fitzpatrick of England, number 8. Cameron Smith of Australia, number 9. And Jordan Spieth of the USA at number 10. The ladies are getting ready. They are going to be playing an open tournament in Belmont, Michigan. Then they come to Los Angeles to play Pebble Beach in the U.S. Open.
They were going to Los Angeles. We're not there anymore, remember?
Did I say that?
Yep.
No, sorry. Lydia, big botch. Lydia Ko of New Zealand, number 1. Ataya Titakul of Ireland is 2. Brooke M. Henderson, who was at the bottom of the top 10 about 2 weeks ago, has shot up big time to number 3 from Canada. Minji Lee of New Zealand, number 4. Haijin Choi of Korea, number 5. Jennifer Kupcho of the U.S., number 6. Lexi Thompson of number 7. Shiyu Lin of China, number 8. Inji Chun of Korea, number 9. And Leona McGuire, number 10. Thank you, Jeff. Bravo indeed. Let's talk about the NASCAR. We had the race in Sonoma, won by Martin Truex Jr. and Eric Almirola won the Xfinity race, but no Truck Series race this week. I did not get the results from a couple weeks ago. My bad on that. And coming up next week in NASCAR, they come home to Tennessee. They will be at Nashville. We get 4 races every year. We get 2 in Nashville and 2 in Bristol. Totally missed that.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to hit the Nashville Speedway.
We're making plans. I love it. Do we have the top 10? Oh, we do. Excellent. All right. The Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma. Martin Truex Jr. Number 1. Kyle Busch. Number 2. RCR. Joey Logano.
Okay, hold on. Try that again. Number 1 was Martin Truex Jr. Number 2 with RCR was Kyle Busch. Number 3 was Joey Logano. Chris Bushner took 4th, Chase Elliott in 5th, AJ Allmendinger in 6th, with Michael McDowell coming in 7th, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and number 10 is not on the screen, but that would round out your top 10 in the Toyota Save Mart 350.
It was Ross Chastain.
Thank you. Okay, and for our playoffs, the top 16 are going into their playoffs, if you will. Right now, number 1 is Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, and Alex Spolman currently round out the top 16 for the playoffs. Ryan Blaney, really, Josh?
I won't charge him for that one.
Okay, that's okay, because I mean, my driver that I normally primarily root for isn't even anywhere on any of the lists, but his teammate is, so we're rooting for RCR. Thank you. The end.
I mean, to his defense, he's from Cleveland. What do you expect?
You tell him, Renegade. Thank you. Moving on into the fight world. MMA, let's knuckle up. Colin McGregor. There's a name that is synonymous with one of the bad boys.
Connor.
What? Was that John?
Connor.
Oh, okay.
The man's name is Conor McGregor.
Did I say Colin? Doggone
yeah,
it.
You said Colin in the notes. You said Colin on air. Connor.
All right. Conor McGregor decided to go promote this new anti-pain spray medication. This was also during the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat have a mascot named Bernie, spelled Burnie, not to be confused with Bernie Sanders, but because it's the Miami Heat and it's fire, it's Bernie. He goes up to the mascot and decides to take a sucker punch at him. Knocks him to the floor. McGregor decides to go into ground and pound mode, throw a punch down to an already fallen opponent, which is not legal in MMA. And the mascot is supposed to be knocked out. Conor then takes out the spray can and starts spraying it like a can of mace. Meanwhile, whether this was part of the skit or not, the handlers or Miami Heat people decide to get the mascot off of the court by literally dragging him. He couldn't stand up on his own power. Coach Eric Spoelstra said that the person inside the costume had to go to the ER.
Ooh.
McGregor punched him that hard. So apparently the costume does not absorb the punch, or he really hit him that hard. But he is okay, and he didn't miss any work after that. Josh, you got something to, or Zach, you got something to say on this? Botch.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm reading comments.
For one, get the names right.
Sorry.
Stat boy.
Colin, Connor, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not Josh either. So, no, but that's beside the point.
Move on.
Connor, it's all the publicity thing. They're trying to get everybody hyped up for his new show, and then whatever the little pain, that stuff don't matter. It's all basically about promoting for Ultimate Fighter, the new season for him versus Michael Chandler. But there's levels to stupidity that you can allow to happen. The mascot suffered a concussion.
Yep.
How is that okay?
It's not.
Then they asked Dana White about it in the middle of his press conference, and he's just like, well, hey, he allowed to get punched, so.
Well,
I mean, go ahead, Dori.
Well, and I'm going to. Now, is Conor McGregor retired from MMA? Is he still active or?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay. So I don't know what John Gotti III did, but he's been suspended by the Florida Commission for 6 months because it's something that it says for a Floyd Mayweather melee.
Oh, that was a I know what you're talking about. That was a celebrity boxing match, and it was exhibition, and something went wrong. that the referee decided to call off the fight. Gotti didn't like that, and he decided to go after Mayweather. Mayweather decided to defend himself, and before you know it, everybody's getting in the ring, and so Gotti decided that. So that's why Gotti got the suspension.
And the other thing that jumped out at me real quick, because I know he just signed a new contract with WWE for like a year. Jake Paul. Oh no, I'm thinking Logan Paul. Never mind.
It's Logan is
WWE.
Logan.
This is his brother. Okay. A 10-round fight against Nate Diaz for upcoming boxing match in August.
The Paul brothers are doing it just for publicity, I think. The one-off pay. That's what I think. I mean, we haven't seen Logan Paul since Logan Paul since the Rumble. So, and like producer said, it's part of the merger.
Yeah, I'll get that. Go ahead, Zach.
I was DJing Saturday a few weeks ago, like a month ago, in the 400 block of Bourbon Street. Nate Diaz punches a fan outside of a pizza parlor who started an argument. The reason why he punched this fan, because he looked like Jake Paul.
Wow.
And they started fighting in the middle of Bourbon Street. So, go figure.
Interesting. And yes, Josh, I caught my mistake. I fixed it as quickly as I could. I mixed up the names a little bit, but I got it.
In other MMA news, Amanda Nunes has decided to retire from the UFC after she successfully defended her women's bantamweight championship. There she is with both the bantamweight and the featherweight championship. She has held those belts for well over 2,000 days combined. So she's a better champion than Roman Reigns right now. I'm saying that out loud. But also in pre-fight interviews, somebody has called Amanda Nunes the GOAT. And I'm going to say this on camera. She is better than Ronda Rousey ever was. I'm not denying that Ronda Rousey was not a bad MMA star. She was a badass. She was undefeated until she got kicked in the head by Holly Holm. In fact, Amanda Nunes actually defeated Ronda Rousey in a bantamweight title match when Ronda decided to come back from losing the title. I mean, we have a new GOAT when it comes to women's fighting, and it's Amanda Nunes, and she decided to just call it quits in the octagon. That's tradition. A lot of fighters do that. They decide they don't want to do it anymore. Win or lose, Joe Rogan's in the octagon right there. Brock has done it. I think Randy Couture might have done it. I think there's one, I can't remember. Oh, he was one of my favorites too. He was on, I think, the first season of The Ultimate Fighter, and he had really bad cauliflower ears. I can't remember the name. Who?
Chuck Liddell?
No, Chuck Liddell's a legend. A new UFC GOAT while the real WWE women's GOAT Trish is back. Yep. Okay, I'll give you that one. Here's something I would like to maybe see. Even Ronda Rousey held her bantamweight title longer than Roman Reigns currently has his belt. I know I'm breaking a few sports laws here.
Why? It's the same company now.
What if maybe when the show goes off the air, if Ronda and Roman are in the same arena and it goes dark, Ronda's in the ring and out comes Roman, and Roman tells Ronda to acknowledge him. And Ronda says, I held my belt in the UFC longer than you, and throws him in an armbar. I don't know.
Well, there's two problems with that. One, She can't cut a promo to save her life.
Sorry.
Two, I mean, to go back to the Amanda Nunes thing, she beat Ronda in 56 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's a little bit of stat boy facts for you. But also,
I'm not denying that, Renegade. I'm not denying that at all.
and
But there's somebody
also,
better.
yeah, why the hell not? It's the same company now, so why don't we just have John Jones come and finally kick Brock Lesnar with a low blow? There we go. Or do something.
I'm not denying that there would be no women's division without Rousey. She had her time. She did her best. But somebody else took her out with the head kick. She lost her belt. She lost her desire. I mean, it got really bad for her. I'm glad she got through it. But there's somebody new and there's somebody better than her. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's not the best. She was the first UFC female fighter in the UFC Hall of Fame. You can't take that away from her. You can't take away her accolades. But now there is somebody better than her. Therefore, she has lost the title of greatest of all time. It's now Amanda Nunes. 2-time Bantam champion, 1-time flyweight champion, 1900 days as champion. Okay, and more title defenses. All those numbers say I'm better than Ronda Rousey, and I am going to say I will mark that as Stat Boy approved. I'm not denying that Ronda is no good anymore because she's jumped ship to WWE. The fans have done that for us, especially when she got booed out of Staples Center for Survivor Series. We know that, and she's running her mouth saying, "Oh, there's no women's division in the tag team world." Of course, that's an honest statement. But again, I'm crossing into wrestling there. I'm just saying, I'm like I say, I'm not denying that. Oh, come on, Josh. I'm trying to defend myself.
If we were in the same room, I'd just Gibbs slap him, but we're not in the same room. So
we're not worrying about that. All right. College softball. We have the Oklahoma Sooners have won their third straight Women's College World Series softball championship. They defeated Florida State. There's the team. Congratulations to them. The last time a team went for the three-peat in college softball was the UCLA Bruins from 1988 to 1990. Sadly, the Lady Volunteers didn't get they got far. They got to the semis, but Florida State decided to kick them out. And I think an Oklahoma-Tennessee matchup would have been great. But go Boomer Sooners. Jim Ross is happy that his team is College World Series champion again.
And if I remember reading right, the Lady Vols actually went further than the guys did.
Yeah.
as of this moment, because they're not that far yet. But don't worry about it, because Tennessee's going to get knocked out anyway, because, it's all about LSU, baby. But that's,
Renegade, I'll touch that question at the end, okay?
But Oklahoma, that season was just remarkable. Stat Boy, they went 65-2.
I heard 66, 65-1. I thought they only lost once.
Well, they lost one in the tournament, and they lost one in the regular season. So
yeah,
that's just
you.
That's unheard of.
It is. Well, I mean, the UConn Huskies ladies women's basketball team, they went undefeated many times over. They're the most dominant college basketball team in the women's division when the NCAA comes to town. They're a great team. I love them.
For now.
Yeah. All right. USFL football. We have a team that has clinched the playoffs, and that would be the Stallions. They are 7-2. Jeff, do we have the graphics on those or no? I can just rattle them off if I need to.
I'm trying. It's low and slower and snail shit.
Okay, I can just rattle them off. Then that's all right. No worries.
No. I give me a second, Mike.
Okay.
Well, so in response to the question if Statboy even watches weekly wrestling, it depends on our schedule and availability, but we definitely get the highlights at the very least.
That we do.
Right. There it is. Give me a second.
Because with a new job, I sometimes pull doubles. That means I start at 9 a.m. and I don't get home until after midnight.
All right, so the Stallions are 7-2, and they are in the USFL playoffs. They have clinched their title, their tournament spot. The Breakers are the number 2 team at 6-3. Gamblers are 5-4, along with the Showboats. The Gamblers have more points, so they get the higher ranking spot in our ranking system, not in the USFL system. The Stars are by themselves at 4-5, and the Panthers, the Generals, and the Maulers are all 3-6. 195 points for the Panthers, 181 points for the Generals, and 151 points for the Maulers. Also, each week with the USFL, they put out their Players of the Week. Dori, do you have those?
Oh, yes, I do. So our offensive player of the week came from the Generals running back Darius Victor. He gained 147 yards on the ground, including 51 on 11 carries. I'm sorry, the Generals gained 147 yards on the ground, including 51 on 11 carries from Victor. And they didn't even turn over the ball once and were most creative on offense where it mattered most. There was a trick play when Victor took a handoff and flipped the ball on a reverse, which resulted in a 14-yard gain to the Philly 7-yard line. One play later, Victor scored his second rushing touchdown of the game to give the Generals a double-digit lead. I can see why he was player of the week, offensive player of the week. For the defense, we have the Stallions linebacker Quentin Poling. He led the Stallions with 11 combined tackles, a sack, and an interception. Birmingham's victory also ensures the South Division Championship will be held at the Protective Stadium in Birmingham. So we know where the South Division is going to have their championships. Then lastly, special teams. Generals, kick returner, Cam Eccles-Looper. I love this. I'm just going to read it verbatim here, and this is off the USFL.com app.
Good job.
It says, Eccles-Looper looked like he was shot out of a cannon when he took the opening kickoff 85 yards untouched right up the middle of the field for a touchdown, giving Jersey a quick 7-0 lead. Then in the third quarter, he was on the receiving end of a trick play involving Victor, who took the handoff and flipped the ball to Eccles-Looper. Then it went back to his quarterback for a first down. So congratulations, gentlemen, on your being players of the week for your respective positions. Let's see what happens this coming weekend.
Go Breakers.
Go Breakers. All right, we've got some NFL news. Oh, what's up, Jeff?
I was able to figure out why the air conditioner wasn't working, so I was able to get properly dressed and be on the show. So
kick ass. Good.
Oh, well,
good timing. Well,
turns out the mucker further wasn't even on. So that would tend to make it not work if it's not turned on. That's why I'm the tech whiz, kids.
That's good. That's good. We've got some NFL news to talk about.
Well, news. It's just funny.
NFL quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes decided to show off his softball skills in a celebrity softball game. So not only can he throw touchdowns, he can also hit home runs.
Grand slam at that.
And a grand slam at that. Also, the Chiefs, this story was kind of funny. The Chiefs were invited to the White House, which is tradition. You know, multiple sports teams get that special invite. And Biden's up there talking that, of course, he's glad that his wife Jill isn't there because she's an Eagles fan.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, there you go. So there were jokes about that.
Not Dr. Jill too. Everybody's against me.
So they do their ceremony. He gives their speech. He gets the jersey, and they're starting to break down the set, and they take the seal off the podium, and Travis Kelce decides to go. He's like, I've waited years to do this, and Mahomes pulls him back. He's like, no, you can't do that. That's the president's lectern. You don't, even though the seal had been taken off the podium. So he got laughs on that. Kelsey's a little bit of a joker here. He likes to joke around and play around at the White House expense. So kudos to him and that group. And also the big news that's been going around, Stat Girls team here has lost one of their running backs, Dalvin Cook. And this question was brought up during open mic night. And so I promised that this would be addressed. When is Dalvin Cook going to go? It's too early to tell. There are very small hold on, Zach. There are very small reports that the two teams interested so far, based on fantasy reports only, are Denver and Miami. Just this week, though, our good friend Stephen A. Smith was talking with one of his panelists on ESPN, and they said, "What about the Cowboys?" So Jeff, you'll get a exactly. See, this is why I brought this up. His panel member said it was a great idea, but Stephen A. Smith said, I agree with you, but the Cowboys are going to miss this opportunity. So my first question to you, Mr. Producer Man, will Dalvin Cook fit on the Cowboys?
I see. I'm not knowledgeable enough about the basic how it breaks down to really answer properly. I think that as long as the fit is there and that there's a place for him on the roster within the dynamics of the team as it's set up now, he can go anywhere really, as long as there's a necessity for it and the money's right for him, obviously, and things all balance out. Dallas can use all the help they can get because we can't get past the first round. So I am all for anybody coming to Dallas as long as they are a good fit for the team and they're not going to be a locker room hurricane, for lack of a better term, right now. My brain. And no, Josh, I'm not cranky anymore. I'm just tired. This is my haven't slept all night look because this damn shoulder is doing what it's doing. So, and right. I realize I'm lagging like a mucker feather. So let me refresh and come right back.
I'll save you for last, Zach. Dory, he's one of your Vikings. He's got a $2 million guaranteed for whatever team he goes to.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this earlier in the day. Where do you think he should go?
Well, I wish he could stay in Minnesota, but it's a salary cap issue is part of the problem. Because the man's a 4-time Pro Bowler.
Yes.
You can't deny that.
Nope.
And I mean, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler for a reason. I do know this quote that from another interview, he said he just laid out his checklist of desires at his eventual landing spot to Tom Pelissero. He said, I want the value. I want somebody who values Dalvin Cook. I want somebody that wants me to be there and give me the ball. I just want to go into the right situation so I can go help somebody win. The money is going to come. If you play good football, they're going to pay you. I just want to go somewhere where it feels like it's home and help somebody win and just go be me. Just go turn it loose and look for home. That's it. So he's just looking for the right fit now. If that offer comes from Denver or Miami, those offers may come in, but does that mean it's going to be a right fit for him? That's another thing too. Where is he going to feel comfortable? So I wish he could stay in Minnesota. I will be very sad if he goes to Denver, and I'll be open to other options.
Zach, mini camps are getting ready to end soon, I believe in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Is it too soon to even predict where he should go? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Talk to me, Zach. Come on, elaborate on that, please.
So it's never too soon. you get in where you got a chance and as much time to get in with the team and learn the system and get, kind of an idea of plays that you can build him around your offense. And it's better to get a hold of that now and get a jump right before training camp starts and just get the right idea. Denver is not going to happen because he's not a Sean Payton type running back. Josh, you don't even have the position right. Dalvin Cook is a running back, not a wide
receiver.
Thank you, guys.
This is gonna pain so many people with this statement. Jeff, I'm sorry now. I'm sorry.
And Aaron, yes, that does include Detroit.
Dalvin Cook is going to end up in Philadelphia.
Ooh. No.
It writes itself. He wants to play for a winner. They need a really good running back.
Yeah, they do.
DeAndre Swift is, Dalvin Cook is a prune. A prune? Yeah, okay. Dalvin Cook is a proven winner. Yes.
Yes, it's a bocce day.
Yes, it is.
And we're not talking Star Wars bocce.
Dallas would be an interesting fit because of the simple fact that Mike McCarthy got rid of Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore wanted to focus more on passing the ball, to where Mike McCarthy wants to implement more of a run-heavy offense.
I see. Okay. So I'm still going to go also. I'm going to stick to my gun. I'm going to say Miami. I'd like to see. I could see Tagovailoa and Cook they could maybe form a pretty good tag team in that. Right. Again, you never know because things are keeping under wraps and everything else. We're almost done with this episode.
But yes, let me respond to Brother Aaron here real quick.
Go ahead.
Yes, that does include Detroit. I would be open to him going to Detroit. At least he would still be in the same freaking conference and division.
Division, indeed. I can agree to that as well. I wouldn't mind that as much as I joke on Detroit. If maybe that would give them the boost to finally get them into the.
Please let them make the playoffs.
I truly did. Detroit.
Oh well, yeah. Just for the sake of, damn it, do it already.
I mean, they've improved. They've improved from the.
They have by leaps and bounds. I was saying that all season. Aaron's here. Aaron would have been surprised how much I was praising the Lions. Man, they were on one this year, man. So, or last season rather. So good on them, man.
Indeed, they were. Touching also, we talked about it briefly. The NBA Finals are over. We have a new NBA champion. It's the Denver Nuggets.
Finally.
Who would have thought the Denver Nuggets as your 2023 NBA champions?
Wow. I think I need something stronger to swallow that news.
So I had this loaded up for when they beat the Lakers, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I didn't get a chance to use it. So
let's see. A little sweep of room.
There it goes.
Okay, yeah. Josh, that's $1. I am going to invoke that swear jar with that boy. I swear.
No. JJ put it best earlier. You wanna use the naughty language? Super chat.
What is it? I would almost
swear jar.
What's he got against Miami? What's so bad about that?
I'm genuinely curious about that too. And full disclosure, I could give a beep about basketball, especially in the post-Jordan world, right?
Right.
But the Lakers done soured me when they became the Kobe show and let Shaq get away. So anytime the Lakers lose, as an LA boy, I don't give a crap if it's sacrilegious. Go Denver.
There it is, right then and there.
And that really hurt my shoulder, so that's my karma for doing that. But it is what it is.
Well, we still have a little bit of time. It's Miami. It's where LeBron went when he left us the first time. Okay.
Okay. It's a Cleveland.
He's still butthurt over LeBron. Okay. That explains a lot.
You can have him back. Really, you can have him back. It's okay. I don't want him here anymore.
Well, it all depends on who gets that number 1 pick next year. That's where he's going.
I mean, that's fair. Well,
it ain't Minnesota.
He's very much in the same boat that Ohtani's in right now, that Gretzky was in '96. He signed to get a championship, and LeBron did that. In his case, he did it. But now the Lakers are just, it is what it is. And yes, since JJ's in all capitals, and we do want to bring this up since we're talking about the NBA.
Do you want? He's more than welcome to come in and talk about that. We've got the time.
No. I will gladly expunge on the topic he brought up.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
Go for it.
And Renegade can't private chat if he's not in the green room, Mikey, just so you know, future reference.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Like I said, we're learning as we go, even now. All right. So from what the article said, I'm going to try to translate the article as best I can into people that are fans terms, because it really breaks down to this. The arena has already lost the naming rights as far as the Crypto.com arena. The business Crypto.com is now already like falling off, like I said it would a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever it was that the name changed. Cryptocurrency has a shelf life about as long as whole milk on the kitchen counter.
Okay.
I said that from the beginning. They signed a 20-year naming rights agreement, AEG did, with this company. I said it to at least the two of you in the top row, to Renegade, to everybody. I give it 5. I literally give it 5 years. It didn't even last 2.
Right.
Because of the very nature of cryptocurrency. Again, I don't understand all the details of it. I don't really give a shit. Here's where the article comes in and sets off the bells and whistles for Renegade, myself, and many others. The article that mentioned the naming rights and the fact that the Lakers are, the article said the Lakers are trying to renew their deal with Staples. First of all, the Lakers don't have any, here's mine for the day until 7 o'clock anyway, any fucking thing to do with the way that arena is named.
Okay.
The Lakers pay rent as tenants of the Anschutz Entertainment Group. Phil Anschutz and his partners. Phil Anschutz also happens to own the Los Angeles Kings. Okay? He doesn't own the Lakers or the Clippers, who are moving soon, thank God, or the Sparks, or any concerts that come in there, or any WWE or UFC or boxing or whatever that comes in there. The Kings Management Group, Anschutz Entertainment Group, funded what became the Staples Center. Mm-hmm. I know this because I was at the draft party in 1997 when there was a little mock-up of what would become Staples Center on our table there at the draft party that just said LA Arena. That was our arena. It is our arena. It will be our arena until the Kings fold franchise. God forbid if they do, I'll be inconsolable. But anyway, the Kings ownership owns Staples Center. They own and operate it. So for this article to say the Lakers trying to renew their deal with Staples, nope. The Lakers are hoping that the Kings ownership group, not the Sacramento Kings, LA media, you dumb mucker futhers, the Los Angeles Kings ownership renews their deal with anybody, so we can get that stupid crypto.com bullshit off our arena.
Yes.
It was one of the weirdest days of my life when I went to the game. The Kings played against Dallas. I remember because that's when my buddy Demi came into town because she works for Dallas Stars now. And there was no corporate signage anywhere. No Staples Center having been gone. No crypto.com having gone up yet. It was bizarre. And I even said to our booster club that day, 5 years. I gave it 5. So to whoever wrote that article, and I don't have the name in front of me, I really don't want to give you the press because you're a dipshit. Kings ownership owns the arena at Figueroa and 11th, 12th. Okay? So the next time you want to write an article about something you clearly don't understand,
do a little more research.
Do your research. Do your journalistic due diligence, you dumbass. And if it was if it was 20 years ago, I'd say, here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. But,
Zach, send this one home, and then we'll go over to hockey.
Jeff, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So I saw a report.
I like what you did there just then. That was pretty cool. We both looked at each other. That was kind of cool.
A very knowledgeable source that says Reality Kings Media is interested in putting their name in the hat for the naming rights for that said arena, which they also have Miami's arena, which they titled Bang Bros. So we all know what that is. What is your thoughts on said adult entertainment media company putting their name on a building with such big legacy as what the real name is, the Staples Center?
If the arena was in the San Fernando Valley, it would make more sense. Porn capital of the world. But downtown LA, if you want to get it synergized with the downtown culture, Skid Row Center maybe would be better. Just saying. And yes, that's mean, and no, I don't give a shit. I honestly, for me, it's more about being horrible with change. I hate change, despise it, and when I get used to saying something, it rolls off my tongue a lot easier than trying to say crypto.com arena, which is why when Carlin threw that, Carlin Bay, for pronouns pal, she was on our first year anniversary show, thanks to JJ having her, Aaron, that's a good, you know what? I'm giving that one up there because that's tremendous. I am not going to lie. That is funnier than hell.
Thank you, Aaron.
I needed that, Mr. Austin. Thank you, sir. Jesus. Actually, probably exactly what they would do if something like that, to be honest with you, with the damn culture. Anyway, I called the Great Western Forum for years because that's the name I heard most as a kid. Because by the time I was aware of such things, it was already the Great Western Forum. I have never called it the Kia Forum. I have never called it the Forum presented by Chase. Since Great Western got taken off the building, it's reverted to the Fabulous Forum for me. I said that so much, Noah Foster called it the Fabulous Forum. We were calling the AW shows there, which I was like, all right, I did. It will always be Staples Center to me. I don't care if the third coming of Jesus comes in and says, this is the Jesus arena. It's like, cool, son of God, still Staples. Thanks. Just is what it is for me. I still call it Staples when we're going to the games. I still call it Staples when I'm talking about it in conversation with my friends. For purposes of appearing on media that's not my own or JJ's or whatever, if I'm in a official corporate setting, I will use I wish it could be the Meat Center. But, as long as we've suffered with that team, Jesus Christ, we freaking earned it. Tell you what. By the way, speaking of that, happy happy 9th anniversary to our second Stanley Cup win.
Yes, in fact, that's a good segue to finally go into that. And this is
I don't want to segue with that because I hadn't finished.
You brought it up. This is the meat and potatoes of this episode of Stat Boy Sports Bar. We are 30 minutes away from Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Vegas is up 3-1, and they can send this home. The cup is in Las Vegas. It's in its case. It's not going to come out unless there's a good chance that the game goes to Vegas, and our good buddy Phil with the cup will start polishing up the cup. And yes, Renegade is saying, "Let's go." Oh, then see, there goes Josh again. Another. So
yeah, JJ makes a good point.
I have to agree with Josh on that one.
We were able to negotiate buying the old Titan Towers, as you know. I'm in the control room right now. Why not buy the Staples Center? We can.
There you go.
We can work that out.
Why not? Today, of course, is also the anniversary of Alec Martinez scoring the game-winning goal in overtime, which gave the Kings their second cup. We talked about this briefly very early this morning. What if those stars on the ice align, the game goes into overtime, and Alec Martinez scores not his second, but his third overtime game-winning goal, 2 to win the cup, and 1 when the Kings knocked out the Blackhawks that same season.
And by the way, what game number is it tonight?
5.
What was the game we won the second Stanley Cup with Martinez? 5.
7.
Where does Martinez play now?
Vegas.
Yeah. How many games the NBA Finals go this year?
5.
Drunk Jeff will be on Talk Wrestling tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
Yes, Josh, that's much more tame. Thank you.
Yes. That one I'll put up. Hang on. There we go. All right, that's it.
Although there's a lot of Vegas going on. There's a lot of screwing going on in Vegas tonight. Oh!
How would you know?
It's Vegas. It's Sin City. They screw everything. You got people walking down Las Vegas Boulevard with next to nothing. Come on.
Yes, I know, Mikey. We tried.
Ouch.
Been there, done that.
Thank you very much.
Got over it real quick. It was too hot.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Seriously. I will co-sign on that reasoning for you not going along with what we were trying, Mikey, because Vegas is too hot. Even at night, it was freaking 100-something degrees in June. So I will give you that pass, even though, damn you. Anyway.
So the plan is, and this is all probably going to happen if Vegas does win after Jeff goes offline.
I've seen Joshua stop that.
What? Josh, come on.
And yes, JJ, I referenced that without putting the chat up, guys. Man, the chat room is just alive today. Woo!
Yes, I did decline that because it wasn't the right thing to do. There's plenty of excuses. They were probably underage. I'm not going to jail in Vegas with an underage prostitute. Okay, I'll say it right now. I did.
Hang on. Good cop, back up here. Ready? Okay, wait. Let me fix my shot here so I don't look like I'm fucking up. Okay, good cop. You're the only single one of us here, dude. Everybody else has a woman. It's my bachelor party. Do yourself a solid. Bad cop. Or con. Prostitution. Probably illegal anyway.
Never mind. No.
Now, if Zach is never minding about a solution to that problem in Louisiana, Mikey, get your ass down there right now. Like right now. Go do the things.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming, baby.
So is Mikey. Coming. Anyway,
you mother. Ooh. And on that note, we're going to cut the show early.
Okay. No. Okay, so what is the plan once we go off the air, now that I've completely humiliated you on the air in front of God and everybody?
We've got plenty of time to kill. I'm fine with it. we're essentially done. If we want to stretch out anything else, by all means, go right ahead.
Innuendos. I can't. The innuendos. I can't. Stretch out. Oh, I can't. Anyway.
Yes, Zach.
There's something that needs to happen.
And that is what?
We need to find a platform that will allow it. We need to have an unsanctioned episode with the entire crew to where there's no holds barred on anything.
You want to roast me, don't you?
Tune in next month for onlyfans.com/Casa D-18 Studios.
Oh, I mean,
I'm kidding. That's JJ's call, not mine. But no.
There's more than one reason why God put me on this earth there, Renegade. It's not just because for me to be humiliated on a weekly day, if not daily.
He didn't say it was the only reason.
Basis.
He didn't say it was the only reason.
That's what it sounds like.
No.
Again, you're in
a lot of that sports. A lot of that sports shots.
Here. Hold on. Per SN Kyle Bukasukas on Twitter, Matthew Tkachuk is not playing tonight in Game 5.
I'm gonna go pour my drink.
Yep, go ahead. Matthew Tkachuk has amassed over 30 penalty minutes in this entire series because of game misconduct penalties. Game 1, he hit the uppercut. He is not playing in this game. They have to do it without one of their players. So, yep, Jeff is going to get beyond.
Jeff, I already started on my bootlegger.
Did you?
Look. Okay, here's the deal. The bottom line with this is, I am always happy to have hockey on my televisions. Right? I'm even happy most of the time when a new team becomes champions, because that means fresh blood, new blood, fresh meat, whatever you want to call it, in the sport I love the most. I just don't like that team. And I don't despise them the way I despise Edmonton or the Ducks or the Sharks, but they are still in our division. And I just don't like them for a lot of reasons why I don't like the Ducks or even the Sharks to a lesser extent, because they're in NorCal. I don't have to deal with them and their fan base all that often. They always seem to forget why they exist or how they came to exist. I famously tell the Ducks story all the time. If Bruce McDonald doesn't get a Michael Eisner's ear and go, there's no Ducks beyond the movies. Period. End of sentence. And without that, there would have been a third Ducks movie and Charlie referencing the real Ducks in the movie, or Paul Craig making a cameo. So there was that. Without the Kings having Frozen Fury for 20-something years in a market that so was ready for professional sports, period, then the Vegas Golden Knights wouldn't exist. Aaron, I see your question. They can't defeat us in the Cup final. It would be in the conference final at best, because we're both in the West. And Vegas did beat us, I think, the first year they went to the Cup their inaugural season. And I wasn't happy about it then because they beat the Kings. And I know the whole prevailing thought is, just root for the guys that I understand that, Jay. I'm working on it. Root for the guys that beat you, because then you can say, well, we lost, but we lost to the champions, which is fine, I suppose. Okay, I see the blurry thing, so give me 1 second here. I got to figure out how to. Here, right.
I was just getting.
Go ahead. You're good. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was getting my shout out ready for the end of the show and making sure that Dori had her positive thought ready. So, if that is everything, if no one else has anything further, I think we're ready to send this one home. So, again, if Game 5 ends with the Cup being awarded to Vegas, keep an eye on the channel. We've talked about it. We'll go live for Stanley Cup finals
Reactions.
up, and Jeff will be drunk.
Well, okay. I know I'm using alcohol as a reason to drown away the true pain. It's just it's infuriating because I just don't like them, and I'm gonna be upset. And it is what it is. Anyway.
Okay, so
And again, it's been a hell of an NHL season. We finally, after how many years, got the battle of Minnesota and Dallas, which was awesome to see that go down. However it ended up, it was still cool to see it finally happen. We've been waiting for that for 20 years, something like that. And again, I'm not opposed overall to the idea that a newer team will win the cup, because that just means there's fresh blood in the market. I was actually pulling for Seattle and Vegas to make it to face each other. That way we would have been guaranteed a new West champion at best. I just wanted to root for them in the cup finals. Just wasn't going to do that. So
the teams have taken the ice. They are doing their pregame warm-ups.
What channel are they on, Mikey?
I'm on TNT.
TNT. Okay, I'll have to find it on.
We got 15 minutes of warm-up time. The T-Mobile Arena is getting warmed up.
No, I don't have co-hosts on Talk Wrestling unless it's a major wrestling news day, Josh. You know that now. Come on.
And let's go ahead and wrap things up. I do have a Stat Boy shout-out. There is I'll share the screen, hopefully, too, if this pops up.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. I don't drink coffee, but I will definitely take the super chat and buy some bread to soak up the booze.
This is
water.
Yes, and Gatorade too. This is the website of the Hall Sisters. They are a pop group that also they do Christian music as well. They also do country music as well. They recently just finished up their contract or their a bit of, I wouldn't call it a tour stop, but they did appear at work, and they are pretty good friends. They are amazing in their craft of singing, and yes. I promised I would give them a quick little shout out there. It was a very sad day that when they left, because you see them every day, and you kind of get to know them a little bit. Let me bring up. Make sure I get their names right, because I don't even know who they are. I never get their names right.
Their names right.
Gotta get their names.
They are so sweet. And
Jessica, Natalie, Lydia, and Valerie. From their website, Jessica began her musical training in 2005 when her parents encouraged her to pursue her passion. Natalie started playing the violin at the very young age of 9. One of Lydia's many attributes is her compassion for others. This is evident in her singing. And Valerie is the cellist. Her skillful instrument playing adds a rich texture and depth. Check out these girls. Buy their merch. Check out their CDs. They do a mix of everything. They will do country, they will do Christian, and they will do pop. They are amazing.
Dori, before we go to you, I'm going to amend my statement about the Knights jerseys. On a bigger screen TV, oh man, the hit on Eichel, God, that was so rough. Anyway, the hit, actually the hits all series have been rough back and forth, man. But anyway, the primarily gold jerseys that I've called the mustard jerseys, when they're blown up on bigger screens, they don't look near as bad. So they actually look gold like they're supposed to. Like when you see them and they're moving, they look like little packs of mustard going up and down the ice. It looks hideous. So for real though, I had a Vegas Knights, a Golden Knights fan friend of mine yesterday called them the mustard jersey. So she actually worked at the Westgate up there.
Yeah, but I have, thinking on watching some of the games or bits and pieces of some of the games, I can understand that. Because if they're not shots right there down with the player, if the camera's pan back and you're seeing most of the arena, it does look like mustard. So that's why the prevailing thing was always it was form blue and gold, because the jerseys always looked blue on those
bass-ackwards 80s and before style televisions. So
Yeah.
it was purple.
Dori,
I promise.
let's go ahead and do your positive thought of the week.
Well, this is, I love this positive, and it's made a lot of differences for me. And we're talking in your personal life, not in your professional sports wishes. Because I'm right there with Jeff when it comes to hockey right now. I mean, the Stars were originally the Minnesota North Stars, so I kind of need to root for them. So there we go. Okay, yeah. So from the great Willie Nelson. Yes. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
I remind Mikey on a regular basis. Yep. How many times, if he cannot start with a positive thought, don't talk to me.
Yep. And I do say in my normal work days and everything, Dori Lou teaches us to be positive. Therefore, insert this. If someone doesn't win the prize at work, or if they don't get the result, I say that. So that these positive thoughts truly do help people.
Yeah, our worst enemy is stinking thinking.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. And Zach, you're a Red Wings fan, and I understand that, and I'm truly sorry. We hadn't to worry about you guys since you moved to the East, but it's just, unfortunately, the move to the East just has tanked that team. Like, I don't know what happened to the Red Wings. I mean, granted, they had a freaking dynasty in there during the 90s. They had so many positive contributing personalities on that roster, and they're all retired or gone. So it happens to every team. It happened to us. We're just now rebuilding. Listen to me. It happened to the Kings. They're just not rebuilding. Listen to me.
But you digress.
It's one of those. These two teams wouldn't be here if they weren't talented enough to make it to June still playing hockey. That's the bottom line here. I'm not going to be happy with the outcome if the Western team wins, right? But I will be happy I got to experience televised hockey through the middle of June, because I always feel that way during the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's just a matter of how many drinks it's going to take.
Go ahead and put that one up there.
No.
I love that one.
Yeah, this goes right along with one of my dad's favorite sayings. Being defeated is often temporary condition. Giving up is what makes permanent. My dad often says it when we're talking about, Noah always tells us to protect our mentality, keep ourselves, focused on the positive. People that get to the point of making the decision to take their own lives, and it's a horrible thing, that is a temporary solution. There's a permanent solution to what 99 times out of 100 is a temporary problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what, and yes, we will definitely insert random Noah Donish profanity for bringing up Jeff Jarrett. Yes, absolutely. Because Jeff Jarrett is one of the greatest of all time. Jeff Jarrett was a horseman. Jeff Jarrett led the NWO at one point. Jeff Jarrett was part of Bullet Club, and he's married to the goddess that is Karen Jarrett, who is going to whoop Bobby Edwards' ass this week. What?
You said Noah Donish.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I saw him at WrestleMania. He and I made nice, so he's on the brain whenever I see Noah's first name. Sorry, Noah Foster. Sorry. No, sorry. I apologize to everybody that has heard me talk about Noah in the past. Okay. So anyway, insert Noah Foster profanity laced. Yes, because of course him and the Jarretts aren't exactly copacetic. But
no, they are not. What's coming up in the multiverse of media, Jeff?
All the things. Again, it's been one of those days where graphics just are not ready today, and they're not loading, so I'm just going to go into it. The key thing to remember is this coming weekend. Nope. No. Okay. There it goes. Hi. Walk like an Egyptian. So AEW, of course, Collision, the debut this weekend. We're going to do a watch along of that with Noah and James on the call. JJ and I will both be in the room. It's going to be a freaking a crowded broadcast booth, but it's a debut of a new show, the return of CM Punk to television, of course. Well documented, highly publicized. But we're also doing Match Game this weekend on the as part of our open mic game night. We do have two sets of contestants, a male and a female for each show. We're still ironing out the details of Emmanuel Dominguez's female opponent, because I have somebody that has committed in principle. They're just waiting on a job offer to come through or not. If not, it'll be Emmanuel versus Natalie, Mikey, in one of the games. The other game will be Emmanuel's sister Arlene versus Big Baller G. And the 3-person panel will be JJ will be the constant. He will be there for the entirety of the game. I understand that you've agreed to be on the panel at least one, if not both games, right, Mikey?
Yeah, I can be part of the panel. That's fine.
Okay, and the third panelist will be interchanged. For the first or second half, it'll be me. For the first, second half, it'll be Noah, because whatever half we don't appear on the panel, we'll be hosting. So
we used to do that on the Match Game Hollywood Squares hour.
Exactly. Match Game is fun. It's probably my favorite game show not named Price is Right. And we are doing Price is Right games in January to honor Drew Carey's Royal Rumble anniversary. Whatever. Anyway, Match Game's a great game. It's fun. And so we're doing Collision and we're doing Match Game. We're doing Open Mic Night. It's going to be a busy Saturday. And that's the last live stream I have scheduled for sure before my doctor appointment on Monday to see where I'm at with work and the shoulder. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jeff. I know it's not politically correct.
Uh-oh.
But who is going to play the Alec Baldwin role this episode?
Okay, so Alex, the current host, for everybody who's not aware of the Match Game situation, it'll either be me or Noah in 1/2 hour, and then we're going to switch. Yeah. Gene Rayburn is the name I use, because Gene Rayburn is the OG host. I love Gene.
Right.
But yeah.
Somebody has to put the comedic Alec Baldwin.
No. Because here's the thing. If you watch the old stuff, Gene and the panelists, Brett Summers, Charles Riley, and Richard Dawson, they flowed right into the comedy without even really trying. The new Match Game, whatever, they're overdoing it because we're in prime time. We get to be naughty. Guys, come on. It just flowed naturally. But I will say this: it is after 8:00 p.m. on both coasts, so it'll be Match Game PM.
Wow. Look out.
And yeah, speaking of game shows, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to end the show on a positive note, so I'm going to let somebody else talk about the host of Wheel of Fortune hanging it up after next season, which I was hopeful was this season, but anyway.
He's getting the record of the longest tenured game show host. He's taking that away from Bob Barker. I mean, it's not.
Is that really why he's doing it, so he can pass the record?
Yeah.
Well then I made my statement. Fuck him. Seriously, fuck him.
He's been on longer than Bob Barker, but Bob Barker is older than he. And sadly, we haven't heard from him in a long time. He's 99 years old. I'm hoping nothing bad truly happens to him, but he's out of the public eye. So
yeah, he was having health issues when he retired, and they've not got any better. And his wife passed, and it's like with any couple that long, the Johnny and June syndrome. It is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, Pat Sajak and I just do not get along. After being a Kings fan as a young man, a child, really, and his interactions with me, but I was willing to, let it, okay, cool. He's stepping away. Thank God. But no, now that he passed Bob Barker, yes, I double down on the fuck him. For real. I can't stand him. And I'm so glad he's leaving. I really do. I know it's going to make Greg upset if he watches, because I know he likes Pat. I know he likes Wheel of Fortune, but Chuck Woolery for Wheel of Fortune, bring him back. Come on.
There you go. A quick shill on Heroes and Legends 20. A few more names have been dropped. And this, you might want to get even more ticked off, because the certified G and the bona fide stud who once invaded Staples Center at Survivor Series will be in Pigeon Forge on August 26th, wrestling against my new favorite Greek wrestler, Mickey Midas. I found out about this guy. I'm like, you've been in Tennessee twice, and I had no clue you were Greek, but he'll be in town. More to come with that. Also, Axe from Demolition will be there. The Masked
wow,
Saint,
Bill's coming out. Good for him. Okay, cool.
Masked Saint will be there. And just announced today, a member of the Four Horsemen, Barry Windham, is booked. He is coming to Tennessee.
Oh, good. I'm glad Barry's health is enough where he can go. That's awesome. Good for him.
Anyway, Stanley Cup playoffs is going to have puck drop in about 15 minutes. Next week will be another episode of Stat Boy Sports Bar.
Yes.
But
I have a information meeting to go to. More information to come post information meeting.
So it will be me in the sports bar next week. Cool. Hopefully you all show up and we'll be there. Remember to follow us on Twitter at LBStatKid1977 and Hathaway Lou. Use the hashtag StatBoyApproved. Follow us there. There's our information. Give us ideas of what you want to talk about. There's Zach's Facebook, Zach Nelson. I forgot his Twitter handle, Fluffy Madden God. I had to email him about that one. DJ Bayside Hyde on Instagram. And again, pay attention to the channel. Hopefully around up there's Josh, the Cleveland Combatant, at Catholic Josh 122 and Mallow Mangram on Instagram. Keep an eye, and of course, this show is always Stat Boy approved. We got to get one for her. We got to have Stat Girl approved too. Why not?
I'll work on it.
There's the Renegades info, the Renegade JJ Williams on Instagram, Casa D-18 Studios on YouTube, and ROW JJ Williams on Twitter. Keep an eye out for Talk Wrestling at 10:05 Eastern Time, 7:05 Pacific Time. And we might see you an hour later if Vegas wins the cup. If not, we will see you next week. I love you all. Stat Boy out.